Hey loves, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I'll be checking out this interesting video and it's titled Behar disrespect to say Gabbard but gets instantly destroyed. You guys, I'm super excited for this. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing. Give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what this video is all about.
I have got to admit, I've never seen Joy Behar shut down like this, and maybe neither have you. When Tulsi Gabbard had enough of being smeared and vilified on The View, she made sure to give us one of the most satisfying takedowns we've ever seen. But I think there was something that stood out to me this time, and that was Joy Behar doubling down on her smears even after being called out by Tulsi live on air. There's obviously a backdrop to this, so we need to explore. Let's watch this clip before we dive into it.
I want to start with something that I think is also important about facts, because recently on your show here...
I was just going to get to that.
Good. Yeah. Helping you out.
You want me to ask you the question?
Yeah. No, look, some of you have accused me of being a traitor to my country, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse, or a useful idiot, I think was the term that you used. Which basically means that I'm naive or lack intelligence to know what's going on.
They use that.
I want to let your viewers know exactly who I am.
All right.
Set the record straight. I am a patriot. I love our country.
I think during the time that Tulsi was part of the Democratic Party that she was always somewhat of a misfit, and maybe that's why The View came after her so openly. Anyone that watched the Democratic primaries closely in the lead up to the 2020 election knows the thinly veiled accusations that she faced from higher-ups in the party caucus. It came especially after people like Hillary Clinton attacked Tulsi Gabbard with very thinly veiled accusations of being groomed by the Russians as a third-party candidate to break votes from the Democrats. Hillary is someone who's on good terms with The View, and it's kind of seemed like Joy Behar took that as a free pass to make some very ill-informed attacks against Tulsi Gabbard. For context, watch this clip that started it all just a few months prior, with Sunny Hostin and Joy Behar using every trope and every smear that they can think up against Tulsi Gabbard.
I've often said that Tulsi is sort of the Trojan horse in this. I mean, she's polling only at 1.2%, yet she's still in the race. You have her being touted by people like Fox News personalities like Tucker Carlson. She's endorsed by, by sort of the Russians.
David Duke.
David Duke. She has basically renounced that, but she's never renounced the Russian support. There have been about 20 Russian bot websites that have supported her.
I think that there's something, I don't say that Tulsi is an agent. I just think that she could be a useful idiot the way Trump is a useful idiot to the Russians.
It is hard to imagine taking remarks like that lightly, and with the grace that Tulsi Gabbard displayed in her response, but there was actually something deeper going on with how she fit into the larger Democratic circle. Everything from her more isolationist stance on foreign policy to a relatively more conservative social worldview, Tulsi Gabbard had been a misfit that was constantly accused of just being a foreign plant. And they weren't even smart or well thought out accusations, because listen to what you just heard Sunny say. They're about Tulsi that, quote, she's polling at 1-2% and she's still in the race. I have yet to know what point Sunny was trying to make with that remark, so what is she polled a lower number? And what does she think that implies? People like Michael Bloomberg and Andrew Yang polled in around the same bracket, which should really make you question what makes Tulsi Gabbard particularly worthy of the charge of being a Trojan horse or a useful idiot.
I guess we're getting a little bit far ahead of ourselves, but Franklin Graham finds you refreshing. He doesn't find me refreshing.
Wow, you guys, I don't know who this woman Tulsi Gabbard is, but I already liked her. I love the way she said Joy Behar straight and reintroduce herself, because the assumptions that people have about her is totally wrong. It takes only a strong woman like Tulsi Gabbard to do what she just did on The View. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below, and let's wrap this video up, you guys.
Richard Spencer, the white nationalist leader, says he could vote for you.
Joy, this is why,
I mean, you're on Tucker Carlson at least 10 times. Why don't you go on Chris Wallace's show?
This is why I'm here, because you and other people continue to spread these innuendos that have nothing to do with who I am.
Well, Hillary Clinton started it, and then you shot back at her, boy. You called her the queen of warmongers.
You doubled down, unfortunately, you doubled down on the baseless accusations that she made that strikes at the core of who I am. I'm a soldier.
Joy literally just used Tucker Carlson and Richard Spencer in almost the same sentence, which goes to show just how quick she is to lump together people that she doesn't agree with, even if they have nothing to do with one another. It's exactly that mode of thinking that Tulsi Gabbard became a victim of. For example, Tulsi has long been accused of being too soft on Russia. But where does that accusation really come from? It's from her insistence that America has enough problems of its own to be meddling across the world for some warped ideas that no one can define. And naturally in America, calls for our attention to recede inevitably get construed as leaving the space open for a power like Russia. For Tulsi Gabbard, her outreach to Syria's Bashar al-Assad at the height of the Syrian conflict and civil war were seen as ways to legitimize the Russian-backed president of the country. And even right now, almost 8 years later, Tulsi Gabbard is vocally questioning why America needs to be so involved in the Ukraine conflict, thousands of miles away in Eastern Europe.
Now, here's something you are not going to hear on the mainstream media. What you do hear is warmongers arguing that we must protect Ukraine because it is a quote-unquote democracy. But they're lying. Ukraine isn't actually a democracy. For example, to hold on to power, Ukraine's president shut down the 3 TV stations that were openly criticizing him and his policies, imprisoned the head of the opposition political party that had come in second place in their elections, and went and arrested and jailed that party's leaders. This is exactly what Putin has been accused of doing. But Ukraine did this all with the support of the United States.
It's a larger disillusionment with the establishment narrative that gets you the point of not trusting large mainstream narratives wholesale. And I think that these policy positions reveal something about Tulsi. She's just not taken over by the kind of self-righteous interventionism on the world stage that has characterized many of our leadership, often to our own detriment. And if that means she's going to take heat for it from a panel like The View, then it's probably something that she already expected.
It's offensive to me as a soldier, as an American, as a member of Congress, as a veteran, and frankly, as a woman, to be so demeaned in such a way.
But you called her the personification of rock.
So demeaned
She's a woman
in such a way. Well, I'm pointing to the fact that she has continued this legacy of being the world's police around the world, that has waged wars costing the lives of thousands of my brothers and sisters in uniform. I'm speaking out against that. And
What's your evidence to that?
To change.
Well,
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
I served in the war in Iraq.
Not you, her. You're saying that she's
exactly.
She's a
I served
warmonger.
in the war in Iraq that she championed. She championed a regime change war in Libya.
Did you not believe in that war?
I believe the lies that were told to us.
How do you even argue with Joy Behar at this point? You would have thought that she would tone herself down or offer context to her earlier comments against Tulsi Gabbard, and yet you see her double down in disparaging her while sitting right beside Tulsi Gabbard. This isn't the first time this has happened, though, because we've seen how even former presidential candidates from the Republican side have found themselves in the firing line of attacks from The View. Most notably, that happened to Senator Tim Scott, who also made an appearance on the show to finally push back against many of the political and personal smears that had been coming at him. But what's impressive is the tone and demeanor of Tulsi Gabbard defending herself in the fence of a hostile panel while still remaining calm and respectful to Joy. As a veteran herself, there's a strength of character and a conviction in her that elevates her far above whatever the hosts had previously said about her. Maybe that's the kind of attitude that our politics could benefit from.
Wow, you guys, that was such an interesting one. And I just love this woman, Tulsi Gabbard, for calling out The View for the hostile way they treated her and the names calling. Let me know what you guys think about Joy Behar not backing down, because one thing is for sure, The View host never backs down, no matter the kind of heat they face. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I really enjoyed every minute of this video, and I believe you guys also enjoyed watching. If you did enjoy watching, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.